What's up, guys? Let's do some SQL. So here we have a question, salesperson, and here we have a sales ID. That's a primary key. Our salesperson is the table. Sales ID is our primary key. Has a name, salary, commission rate, hire date. We have a company table. Company ID is our primary key and has a name and a city associated with it. And we have an orders table that has the order ID, order date, company ID, sale ID, and amount. So order ID is our primary key, and company ID and sales ID are foreign keys. If you look at this example, so here we have our orders table. We have the order ID, company ID, sale ID. Those are our foreign keys that relate to our company table and salesperson table respectively. And we need to find a solution to find the names of all the salespersons who did not have any orders related to the company with the name red. So we basically need to look at our orders tables, see what company that order was made with or relates to, right? And then we need to figure out which of those are red. And then looking at our salesperson's table, we need to figure out which salesperson didn't make an order or a sale to or with a red company, right? So how do we do this? Basically, intuitively, how would we do this? So say we look at our orders table. We have an order 1. So looking at order 1, we look at the company that's associated with. It's yellow. And the sale ID is 4, right? And then say we look at 2, and we see that the company ID is green and the sale ID is 5. So then 3 is red. It has a sale ID of 1. And then 4 is also red, sale ID of 4. So if you just want to look at the red ones, so we just look at the red ones, then we see that 1 and 4 are the salespeople who made a sale to the company red. So looking at 1 and 4, so we have John and Pam made a sale to the red company. So we have Amy and Mark and Alex are the only ones who didn't make a sale with the red company, right? So if we look at our solution, we have Amy, Mark, and Alex as our output, right? So first we have to think about how we're going to join our tables. So let's just draw our 2 tables here. So here we have our orders table, company table. Now, there's different ways to join, right? If you just do an inner join, you run the risk of not getting every single order in your table, right? In some case, you could have a company row missing, right? You could, so in this case, if you did an inner join for order ID 2, we wouldn't get a row there. We would only get 1, 3, and 4 for our order ID. We'd only get 3 rows, right? Because we're only looking for the intersection if we're doing a typical join or an inner join, right? And we actually want to do a left join. We want to make sure every single order is accounted for, right? We want to do everything from orders plus the intersection so that we can get every single order. So in this case, we would get one. Let's do one, and then we'd still have two, but we would get like a company name of null, right? So obviously that's not a red company, so we can still count that as like a valid row that we can look at. So say we do a left join on these tables. So then we would get one for the orders, one order number one, and then we'd get the company yellow, sale ID 4, 2, and then company ID of that would be orange, and that would be 5, 3, red, 1, 4, red, 4. So say then we would do a where statement here, right? So we would just say where company equals red, and we don't have to look at these two, right? And then we still have our sale ID here, and then we can take this table that we built, look at our salesperson's table, and see which sale ID isn't part of this set right here, 1 and 4. And that just leaves us with 2, 3, and 5, which is Amy, Mark, and Alex, right? Amy, Mark, Alex. And that's actually our answer. That's what we can return. So let's get into coding. So let's first build our first table, and we could do orders, sales ID, right? And then we would do from orders, we want to do a left join on our company left join company on orders.company ID where company name equals red. That should give us 1 and 4. As you can see, we get 1 and 4 here. And now we can query this table. So we can say select our salesperson dot name from salesperson where salesperson sales ID is not in this table right here. Yep. Okay, we'll try this out. Cool, so it worked. Hopefully you learned something. Thanks for watching.